Welcome back, everybody. We're about to jump in as Archer. Should we do the Ember Grounds? I kind of want to go back and spank that guy in the Haunted Caverns, but I feel like we'll maybe unlock more things if I jump into the Ember Grounds. Not sure I'm ready for this yet. Second level here. The Archer, I don't know how the arrows stall like that, but magically. They do it magically. What's this thing? Nothing? It's a nothing? Thought that was maybe a shrine of something. There's a NPC. Okay, so this is pretty, you know, this is worth going here already.
Praise the gods! Another mortal soul! I beg of you, release me from this wretched cage. The key must be somewhere nearby.
Such a weirdo. Need a girlfriend badge so chatters don't think I'm just a creep, ha ha ha. Chat, I don't know who this woman is. I've never seen her before in my life. Also, welcome back, Nolsy, for the 3-monther. I appreciate you. Key must be somewhere nearby. Slothy bear? Yeah, I heard she creeps. She's a weirdo. I thought I was dad now. This is the Dammy, I think. Who's this? Keykeeper? Keeper of the keys? Movement speed, crit chance. I feel like as an archer, I think crit's good. Was that just my mind telling me this? Surprised there's voice acting at all. Base defense, regeneration, range. I don't know what the up arrow means. What's that? I think there is actually something where like thick hide works better as this character over this character. Like depending on what character you are, some of these give you more. Up arrow, I thought it was 50 for the last guy though, and like 5 base defense. So up arrow might even be that means it's worse than. Like this is straight up. This is kind of up to the right. Maybe go, I mean range could be good with arrows, but we're shooting them pretty far. I'm gonna go with regen. We saw how important regen was in the last one. When you cut them around for that long, it is important. But I'm gonna assume that I have much less health and armor as an archer. Pick up range force, what's force? Force is gonna be max duration and piercing. I don't know what this is, if anything. Maybe if I stood in there, something would happen. Looks like that enemy's like summoning gold on the ground or something and then pulling it, trying to pull it through me. Don't know. Proficiency stance, attack speed and movement speed? Or damage and force? Honestly, piercing. Plus piercing sounds excellent. Rakush, I see you. Said it before, I'll say it again. You guys, it's September. We've been getting free subs from Twitch. For every 5 bomb, Twitch will at least give you 1 extra sub on top. We've seen Twitch give, what is it? 500% of somebody's gifted subs. Pretty darn good. Attack speed. Let's lock it in. Let's go attack speed again. Seems like pretty quick attacks, so getting an attack speed multiplier is gonna make this pop off. More attack speed and movement speed. Ow. I want to be fighting a mini boss on top of the key guy. He guy's almost dead though. Got the key. Regen and health. I'm gonna need a lot of regen. There's this character specifically.
You're back! Please, free me from this accursed place! Quick, the shadows are closing in.
I think this is the guy that we can, like, buy equipment from on the surface. Some bullshit, like we find the equipment and then he sells it back to us. Crit chance. September also means you get a deal on your sub if you have not subbed yet. 25% off, up to 30% off if you decide to do a 6-month sub. Regen. I think we're gonna die pretty quickly here. We got the NPC. I don't know if we can ask for much more. You can only save 1 per level. Yeah, 1 item. I think you have to physically put it in the well. And he lifts it back up, and then once again, I think he sells it back to you. Loving the piercing here, though. Of course, the sword just pierces everybody that the sword thing can swing through, so it's like, you know, you're gaining range with this, but losing piercing. If I up my range, though, that would make up for it, I would say. But I think, honestly, right now, we should go with maybe movement speed. Did I just see another thing pop up here on the left? Or has that always been there? I wonder if there's potentially some things that are so far off screen that we can't see them yet. Lightning strikes again. Ring blades, that's a new one. Alternating blades left and right like boomerangs that pass you and fly off screen. Multi-strike increases their frequency. I might go phantom needles since we didn't do it last time. Quick succession, shooting a bunch of needles. Crits right now are 3x. Crit bonus 200. Maybe it's plus 200? But we have a 42% chance of hitting them. Plus 200 would mean 300, but I don't know. Dammy. We get a bunch of gems. If we don't pick them all up, it's okay. As long as we don't die right now because we didn't upgrade fast enough. What we don't want to do is the classic blunder here in Vampire Survivor-like games where you don't clump enemies up hard enough. You let them just float on the edge of the screen and you're only shooting a couple at a time for multiple minutes instead of cashing in tons of orbs by firing into a giant crowd. I think it's smart to loop back around. Unless you get spawns where you just don't get a whole lot of people spawning in. 0.5, okay, that's a lot. Like, there's not a whole lot happening right now, so maybe we should just blast it. But if there's huge groups of enemies, giant hordes, should probably take a second to try to kill some of them. I think we were only getting like 0.2 as the warrior. This was 0.5 movement speed. Multi-strike. I think. To add an extra projectile. Yeah, we're shooting 4 now. Plus multi-strike again. Percentages though, so it's not like just adding 1. Crit bonus. Range now. Here's my ability. Let's go with the lightning strikes again. Crit bonus and crit chance on my main weapon. It's got to be upwards of like 60-70% right now. So 1,000 enemies in the Ember grounds unlocked. Let's go with just damage on my main weapon. Oh, we didn't look at the stats from last time. Did it break it down into like how much damage lightning did versus the splinters? Elite. I think elites are actually blue. I think red's a boss. I don't know what I was supposed to do to dodge that. He was just sitting on top of me. That wasn't very good. Flamedancer. Plus 50% crit chance. Summon skeletons that attack enemies. Or defense block chance. I kind of want to go with the wooden ring here and then send it up, but I don't know where the well is. Might not be a well. Until we come back and play again. Where that NPC guy was, I think might be replaced by a well. Increase our lightning. Plan right now is to get the other ability and then go get the hand for all the XP that we missed. Damage on the needles. Lava boys. Giant slime elite. Attack speed and movement speed. Main weapon. Got the ability. Orbs is probably a good idea because it increases speed with my movement speed and I'm a speedy boy. But multi-strike increases frequency of ring blades. I have multi-strike right now. Try the ring blades because they're new. I'm gonna have to make a stand here and actually do some damage against the elite eventually. Damage force of main weapon. Broke the big slime down to its next form. Oh, I got a shield. Perfect time to go in there and deal some real damage here. Base movement speed. We got him. There's another ability for me in there. In the goo. Shoot. Astronomer's orbs. Since we're so fast. Plus multi-strike, but minus damage on lightning strikes. Let's go attack speed. Try to get to this hand. The dog time. Is a dog o'clock already? Attack speed. This guardian, this blue guy here is very healthy. Not very dangerous though, I guess. I don't know what area would do for my my arrows. Arrows. Grab the hand. Crit chance on the blades. Crit chance on the blades. What's it at right now? I see ring blades. Can't, so it's, I see miscellaneous here, I see bow, and I see arrows. Area is my cone angle, got it. So more area means more cone angle. And then I guess size of the arrows themselves also is affected. Abilities, here we go. Ring blades are at 68% for 220% damage. Or do I want to go more damage and blade size? Big. Make them big. Need a reroll. Minus radius for plus damage and crit bonus. Lightning strikes. We're almost 100% crit chance on my regular bow. Right? I guess we're only 65%. I thought the ring gave us plus 50%. Did it not? Is that not shown here? Should be under the total. Because 33 plus 50%. Well, it says wooden ring right there. So 17 level up. Cunning technique is 20. Weapon proficiency gives 10. Wooden ring plus 50. It's 50% of what you have. What does that even mean, though? Everything is in percentages. They're not giving me a number of, like, you know. It's making a multiplier. Plus 50% is not times 50%. Right? If you were doing 10 damage and it gave you 50% extra damage, that would be plus... That would be... What? Times 1.5 as a multiplier. But... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, chat. I'm gonna assume that we have 100% crit right now. Regen. More needle damage. It does look like we're shooting crits, so... Blade size. Big ring blades. Per chance and radius. The lightning strikes. I think we picked up everything in the map. It's a mult. If you have 60% chance to fire a crit arrow, and you add 50% chance for a crit arrow, you've now hit over 100%. It's not saying at 30%, you now have a multiplier of 50%. That would be times 0.5. That would be taking a 30% chance to a 15% chance. Right, we're not multiplying here, we're adding. That 60% is after the multiplier. 50% your base, so plus 16.5. Hover the stat. Where is it? Good chance. Before the ring, it was 42. So chat, you're thinking it's 50% of 33%. It's only adding, what, 17, 16 and a half? But I don't, it's saying literally plus 50%. Underneath where everything else is just added. Right? Multiplier values, 1.99. So, okay. You're saying you have to add up all of the additional percentage chance. So 19 plus 20 plus 10 plus 50, right? Which is almost 100%. And then it's multiplying my base value of 33% by that 1.99, which is the 99 you added from all the extra things. So it's plus 50%, but then multiplied back to the base percent. That's I don't know, man. That's a lot of bullshit. They literally could have simplified that and not made that stupid. If I pick up a ring that gives me plus 50% chance for a crit strike, I imagine I'm getting plus 50% crit chance when you give the original percentage chance of critting as a percentage chance. No. You're right, it makes sense the way you described it now, but that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. I hate that. Force is piercing for me. Honestly, maybe pickup range. And that's not poorly explained, that's stupid. That's stupid. Literally, your chance to crit is a percentage chance, and when you pick up something that says plus percentage chance, it should be as described. I'm sorry, but that's bad. If it's anything else, you should have already done the math behind the scenes. Crit bonus. Giant. Dead. When needles disappear, deals magic damage in an area. Damage increases for each remaining piercing count multiplied by damage and crit. Adds 2 projectiles per cycle. Additional blades can apply slow. I'm gonna go upgrade my Phantom Rift. If I decided to go with Arcane Splinters on top of that, we now have a level 1 Arcane Splinter. Why not upgrade the thing that we already have that's already leveled up? Rather than start over and then take up entire slots in my upgrades.
+50 of your base value on the description.
Doesn't it say plus 50% of your base value on the description? Hang on a minute. Our lightning strikes are doing great, but we just leveled up our needles, so maybe we go even more needles. Plus 50% crit chance. So, if I'm thinking plus 50% crit chance, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find my crit chance and imagine it will add plus 50%. Right? How would you describe that any other way to match what it's actually doing? Plus 50% of your modifier of your base crit chance. Like, you'd have to write that all out. That's not a misleading message. That's a wrong, that's an incorrect message. That is flat out incorrect. Sorry, but you failed. More lighting. Welcome to standing up school. And you failed. What they really should do is, like I said, do the math already and say this is going to give you plus 8% crit chance. And then I can hover over that, and then it can show me the details of it's actually adding plus 50% onto your multiplier, right? And spell it out for me there. But don't fucking lie to me like this. So this isn't plus 10%. I'm sitting here thinking 49 to 59 to 69. No. I mean, I still need crit. But as far as I know, that's not plus 10%. Because it went from 60-something to 70. Because Cunning Technique is in there. It's adding onto the multiplier of the base chance. So it's actually, what, 10% of 33. It's adding plus 3.3% chance. Not 10. It's not even lazy. The math programmed in the background will take the same time or even less. Let's go more needles. Another slime boss, elite, whatever you want to call it. Another shield. Oh, you got the hand. I think base health makes a lot of sense if we're gonna have a lot of regen. We want to have enough health that we're continually stacking health and piling it up for when we need it. So is crit bonus actually just adding 10%, or is it 10% plus my base? Of my base. It's base 200%. So adding 20% is actually adding 40%. Damage. I shouldn't have to do this math. that's my opinion. I mean, obviously it spits out the number at the end, but then I gotta go check to say, okay, 10%, but what is it actually? Regen. It was 280, so it added 20. See, I don't think it was. Because as you can see, weapon proficiency, it added 20% onto the multiplier. So instead of a 1.3 multiplier, it's a 1.5 multiplier of 200%, which means it literally added 40. The total was 280. It must not have been. Because as I'm reading the math right now, it could not have been. It was 1.3 times 200%, which is adding an extra 60, which is 260. It must have been 260. Blob died, I gotta get the thing. Stunned by lightning strikes, 40% chance of being inflicted with a spark. Let's try it. Welcome to Hut's Mathing. Is the plus 20% pickup range actually that? See, now I don't know. I have no idea.
I can sorta see why they do it that way, so the upgrades can be 10 no matter what character you are playing, and the base affects how good each of those upgrades do per each character.
I see what you're saying, Five Fair, that they can just have that upgrade always be 10%. No matter what character you are, it's 10%, and then you have to then do the math. But they literally could just do the math. They literally could say, you know, this upgrade will give you 3% extra crit attack. If you'd like to know more, hold Alt or hover over this to see the math. Because now I have to pick something, and then I gotta go here and be like, wait a minute. Well, how much would that really be? Would that bring us up to 80 or 90%? Are we at 100% yet? You know, it's like, I don't like that. Should never be a guessing game. It's a freaking computer, it can do the math for me. It is worded literally it's incorrect, right? I don't know if anyone can deny that. I'm just mad because it was all confusing. The force here, which is piercing. Damage probably at this point in time. But yeah, what is damage then?
I agree, I am not a fan, but I see why they did it that way, even if it isn't very good.
I'm fine if they want to have it as such. They need to write it differently, though. You gotta write it differently, otherwise everyone's gonna think the way that I thought. You have a crit percent chance of 10%, and you get a plus 10%, it should be 20%.
Now you know why it's called Halls of Torment.
It's called Halls of Torment because they torment you with math. Let's see here. Chat, the gnats are back. Damage. Base value is going up when we level up, but then there's a multiplier on top of that. That seems fine. So are we level 13 then? We're level 51. We're level 51. So I don't know where the 13 from base value level ups is coming from. But then we have the multiplier where the strength trait is applying 50% extra. That's tricky. It's going down fast, though. Pretty cool boss design. Wraith warlord. So we already have a ring. We have a spot for one more ring. Defense, movement speed, echoing band. On hit with physical damage, 20% chance to spawn a shockwave dealing 40% of the original damage in a 3.5 meter radius. Or plus 15 base damage. Hell, I'm gonna go with the base damage since I know what it freaking means now. I'm not super up on the orbs right now. Base defense. Area is like my cone. I don't want that to be too wide. That dude was cooler than the final boss was. Well, that was the final boss of the first area, though. Maybe they'll all get cooler and cooler. Crit bonus. Dare I go look at what that says? Base 200%. Oh, we already did go through this. So that said plus 10%, which of course brought us up to 320. Echoing band sounds like a physics exam question. If the projectile has 3.5 meter radius and it travels at 40%, when will Tim arrive at point B? %10 chance to apply a 20% bonus of 10% base. Subtracting a multiplier of 43%. Base health. Gonna need it soon enough, I'm sure. So, TLDR, you guys. Whatever number it says, it's applying it to whatever base that you had. Not just slapping it right on top. So all crit chance is actually multiplied by 0.33. So this is going to be 3.3 crit chance. Which, what, we're up to like 74 or something? 78% crit chance. And as Fifinator was trying to say, let's see here, redone. Point being, because every character can get a 10% boost, and that's just, you don't have to rewrite the text on that page. But the 10% boost for the archer gives us 3.3, whereas it might give us 5.4 on the sword guy. Not liking a lot of these upgrades. It keeps trying to give me area. And I don't know if it's just like a lot better than I think it would be. But increasing my arc. I mean, increasing the size of the arrow, like maybe we could have the arrow hitting multiple enemies, but I don't know how big the arrow would have to be able to hit 2 enemies side by side. And now we have to question, you know, what's the base? What's the base area? What's the real multiplier here? Movement speed. Nine minutes left, chat. We might be able to see this final boss of the second area. Don't think we were gonna do it. Damage on my needles. More lightning strike stuff. This is a frog-like. Yeah, modeled after the well-known, well-acclaimed roguelike vampire survivor called Frog-like. Pretty much stole it from Frog-like. I don't know how there's not a lawsuit yet. By the way, chat, did you see the lawsuit from Nintendo to Pal World? Let's go attack speed. Does this level seem easier? I mean, we're a different character too, it's hard to say, and we got a bunch of passive upgrades when we were at the base camp. So apples and oranges, kinda. Patent and not IP lawsuit. Yeah, they're suing them on a patent infringement. Which is saying that, like, they don't have proof that they actually stole meshes of Pokemon. Instead, they're saying, well, you have a game where you're throwing a ball and the ball contains a monster, and then, you know, you catch a damaged monster, and then, like, they have, like, a copyright on that. Which apparently that's very hard to win. I mean, it would be very easy if they had proof of saying they stole this thing. Here's the proof. No way they sued the bootleg Pokemon for being bootleggish. No way they sued the least bootleggish Pokemon bootleg. Yeah, there's a lot of games that are like that. For sure. Trademark, copyright, patent are all different things. All IP, not the same. I guess I'll just keep buffing the needles. Do you see the needles ripping out? They're shooting fast. Who's this boss? Oh, I know this guy. Pin. don't know what this survival method is. Run away and hope my lightning kills him. We have 5 minutes until the final boss, though, is the issue. Got a needle unlocked there. Yikes, that hurt me. I'm gonna try to double back right now. Collect all this stuff that we left behind. Charging, hammer-wielding imps are no joke. Crit chance on ring blades. Ripping. Boss is dead. Can't take a ring right now. Echo Band. Let's see here. Movement speed or on kill, 5% chance of +1 HP. Each kill charges it, increasing damage with diminishing returns. Each kill charges it. Probably not gonna have too many adds on the final boss. I think speed was one of our main bad spots, but it could be a boss with ads. I don't know. I don't remember. 3 minutes. Good bonus. I need one of those hands. Oh, I just got one. Yo! Perfect timing. Base defense. Blade size and damage. Base health. Defense. Dare I look at what defense means? Base value 10 plus 9. Thick hide trait. Multiplier. Shrine of Blessing and damage reduction 28%. I don't know what that means. It means something. I think maybe it's telling me that the number is 20 and the actual percentage that means is that we're getting a 28% damage reduction. Maybe. Survive the 2 minutes. keep seeing my own blades thinking that they're enemies because they're the same color. Wonder if there's a high vis option in the menu to change that. Base health. 504 base health. It's not base health, because base health is what you started with, whatever. $504 health. Holy smokes. 40 seconds left. It's getting dicey. Can you pack my lunch and shit early? Won't see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, what do you need? Sandwich? Plus 40% damage. That seems pretty good. And the needles. I put a bunch into the needles. Ball dude. Oh, I don't even see that. I'll walk into the blades. It does seem like there's a decent amount of ads. Is this guy gonna have a second health bar though? How many phases is this boss fight? Is it worth it for me to try to level up one more time and collect all this XP? Probably not. One level up when I could just be standing next to him doing a bunch of damage. Probably better for me to just be up close. Minimize my spread. It's doing tons of damage right now. It's going much better than the last fight did. Got him. We did it. Damage of my arrows. Almost 5 million. DPS 6,450. I don't know how they calculate the DPS. Maximum damage per second over a duration of 30 seconds. So it's like you physically did 6,450 over a 30-second window. If I'm reading that correctly. About 5 million on the blades as well. That was up to 7,000 DPS. That's probably because they just never missed. But yeah, they're good. Let's see here. Lightning, only up to 644,000 total damage. I don't think we leveled it up very much, but I didn't neglect it, I wouldn't say. Oh, here we go. Lightning, this is actually lightning, was 3,300,000, and the spark was an ability that we got on top of the lightning. So together, they're almost up to like, what, 4,500, 4,600 damage. Not bad. The balls down to 1 million. Didn't really upgrade them though. And that's pretty much it. 6,400 damage per second over 30 seconds. You know, I don't know. Sure. And then the gold. So your survival time, you get a ton for survival time, and torment score. I don't know what that means. 2 new characters here. We got the Warlock and the Exterminator. Did not unlock this, but we did get this dude over here. We do... Well, see what he's got first.
You've earned my deepest gratitude. For the rescue, of course. And since we've made such a great team down there, I have a proposition for you.
Team?
This well has dried up a long time ago. Now it leads to the very halls you helped me escape. But if you ever happen to find the other end, you might want to drop a trinket into the bucket. Then I hoist it up and make it available to you up here.
What if you hoisted me up?
Say?
There's like some base stuff that we got. Attack speed, 30%. Pickup range. Block strength health or base defense health. Or movement speed. Pickup range, movement speed. Health is for chumps. Alright, you guys. Thanks for watching, VOD watchers. I will see you in the next one.